Let me show you how you can create consistent character images just like the ones you are seeing above using a complete free AI tool. Consistent character images are very important, more especially when you create animated story videos, African folktale story videos, or just any other project that requires you to have the same character throughout the project. And when you are generating consistent characters, you always want the face, the hair, the size of the character, and the skin tone to remain the same throughout the entire project. And maintaining the same consistent character is one thing that I personally struggled with when I was getting started. I believe it's something that you had struggled with at some point as well. And considering that most of the AI tools like Midjourney and DALL-E 3 needed a subscription, which I never had by that time, and I wanted something that I can use for free. And after trying and searching, I found an easy way we can all use to create consistent character images completely for free. You may have a story like the one that I have here, and after the story is done, you ask ChatGPT to give you prompts that you can use to generate consistent characters. It will provide you with prompts, and in most cases what usually happens is you generate images from the first prompt. When it's time to generate images with the second prompt, you get a different approach, different images, and different characters altogether. This is one thing that I want us to avoid in this tutorial. So the tool that we are going to use to generate consistent characters that is completely for free is Leonardo.ai. So just come to Leonardo.ai. You can sign up with your email address, and once you're on this dashboard, what you have to do is come to this button which says launch app. So the first way we can create consistent character images is by coming to this button which says image creation. And once we are here, what we have to do is we'll come to our left and we'll select the preset that we want to work with in our project. So the number of them, I'll go with Leonardo lighting, and from there I'll come to the preset style. I will leave it at dynamic, and I'll leave the contrast to be high. From there, I'll come to the image dimensions. I'll select 16 by 9. That's if I'm creating long form content videos. You can select other dimensions depending with the type of video you're working with. And from there, I'll leave it to 4 images per prompt. This is because we're using a free version, but if you're using a paid plan, you can select 1 image per prompt. So once that is done, what we have to do is we'll scroll up, we'll close the preset bar, and here where it says type a prompt, this is where I want us to paste in our prompt like that. So our prompt says design a 3D animation of a 12-year-old girl with short hair wearing a modest red dress sitting at a desk with a book in front of her. The girl should have a focused expression with her hand resting on her cheek and her short hair tucked behind her ears. The scene should be lit with warm indoor lighting to create a cozy, steady environment. So there are a number of things that I want you to pay attention to. Number one, we've talked about the age of a girl. This is the first thing, and the other thing is the type of the hairstyle, and the other thing we've talked about the kind of dressing that our character is into, and from there we've also mentioned what the character is doing. So here it says sitting on the desk, and we've also added some objects that we want to see in our image. We've also added like the posture of the girl, and we've also described how we want the environment to be looking. So what we have to do from there is we'll click on generate, and we'll wait for Leonardo AI to generate our images. So these are the images that it has generated for us. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so this is the first image that it has generated for us. This is just so perfect and so wonderful. And this is the second image that it has generated for us. This is the third image it has generated for us. And this is the fourth image that it has generated for us. So what we're going to do is we will close this tab just like this, and among these images that it has generated for us, we're going to select one image which we're going to use as our main reference image. Take your time, select an image that you prefer. I'll select the first one as my reference image, and I'll also download it into my PC. So from there is we're going to tell Leonardo AI that I love the first image that you have just generated, and I want it to be a reference image throughout this entire process. Okay, so this is what I've just added to the prompt, which says I love this first image, and I want it to be a reference image throughout this process. So this is the prompt that we had given it at the beginning. So we're going to click on generate and see the images it will generate if they will look exactly like this first image that we've just created. Okay, so this is just so amazing and very interesting. Let's take a look at this image. So this is our reference image that we've mentioned. Let's look at the images that it has generated for us. So start with the first one. Okay, I love the hairstyle and the color of the dress, the size of the face. And let's look at the second one. Okay, this is just so amazing. Look at the face. It's just so exactly like the second one. And let's look at this one. The face is just the same, and the hairstyle is just the same except the dress, which I wouldn't mind. Most importantly is the face. And look at the face and the hairstyle, they just match each other. This is just so amazing and very interesting to do. So we'll close this tab. You can download these images into your PC. The next thing that I would love us to do is, if we already have a story, we can read through our prompts and observe carefully what the prompt is talking about, the things that it would want us to change. For example, our first prompt is telling us that she's sitting on the wooden desk. And on our second prompt here, it's telling us to say she is holding a glowing book. So what we can simply do is copy this phrase and come back to Leonardo.ai. Then here where it says sitting at a desk with a book in front of her, we're going to replace with a book in front of her with this phrase, which says holding a glowing book. And we'll click on generate. Let's observe carefully the images it will generate for us. Okay, this is just so amazing. If you're finding value in this tutorial, please smash the like button. In our preamble, we had said our character must have 4 factors, which is number 1, the same face, the same hairstyle, the same size, and the same skin tone. And when you look at our images, except this one, which looks a bit different, when we look at these 2 images, they look exact the same except for this one. These are the images that we had generated. So what we can simply do is we can change a number of things. Here where it says sitting, we will say walking, and here it says modest red dress. Let me change it to something like yellow. So we've just changed the color of the dress and we've changed the action of our character, and we'll click on generate. Okay, let's take a look at our character. When you observe carefully, our character is still looking the same, except we do not have a full character walking. Looks like she's still seated, just like here. And we had mentioned to say we need a character who is walking. So what we can simply do is we can tell it to regenerate again, and we can also increase the details on our action. Okay, so here we'll say walking in the park, and we'll click on generate. Okay, this is just so amazing. Let's look at our images. Okay, this is just so fantastic. Let's look at the other one, and this one is just so amazing. Look at the character, has got the same face, has got the same hairstyle, has got the same skin tone, and has got the same size. My emphasis is on the skin tone, the hairstyle, the size of the body, and the same face. And this is what we can achieve. Okay, let's change something. Let's say walking in the park, holding a dog in a green dress, and we'll click on generate and wait for it to load and see the images that it has generated for us. Okay, let's look at the first one. This is just so amazing. Look at the skin tone, look at the hairstyle, look at the face, and look at the body size. And the faces are just looking the same like the ones that we had asked it to generate for us in the beginning. So let me know how you feel and think about this process in the comment section below. I would really love to hear from you. So what you have to do is come back to ChatGPT. That's if you have written a story from there, and go to the third prompt. Look at what it's telling you to do. Look at the actions that are there, the environment that is there, and from there, come back to Leonardo AI and replace the prompt with the type of dressing and the background altogether, so that you can come up with that consistent character throughout your project. Now, the other way we can generate consistent characters in Leonardo AI is by coming to this button which says creating consistent characters. So just click on it. and it'll bring a number of instruction and a tutorial video that you can watch as a guide to help you create consistent images. So the first step is you need to upload a reference image, and the second step is you need to adjust character reference strength, and you need to create a detailed prompt, and from there you need to add preset and element. So you need to select the preferred preset, like just like the way we did in the beginning, and refine and evaluate. So just come to this button which says get started, and it will bring you to this prompt. So these are the presets it was talking about, and this is the button that you must click for you to upload a reference image. So now for us to use this feature, we need to upgrade to a subscription or to a paid plan for us to get access to this premium feature. But because we're using a free plan, this is the method I've just shown you that can help you to generate consistent image characters completely for free, like the way we've done it here. So let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. I would really love to respond and hear from you. So God bless you. See you in the next video.